Welcome to season 2 of the Heatcast with myself, Seán Ryan. Joined with me on the show today is one of the best videographers, photographers, producers, and rappers in Belfast right now. It's the one and only Skeet. How are you getting on, my man?
Okay, cheers for having me. It's a pleasure to be on the show. How are you?
I'm not too bad. I'm delighted to have you on, and you know you're very multi-talented and stuff like that. And you've got a weird name. You've got a quirky name, Skeet. Like, where does that come from?
I was just growing up. Real name's Peter, so I got Pete, and then people started calling me Skeet just Pete Skeet because it rhymed, and a few like Skeets run about Belfast. So from there, like it just stuck from I was like 12 or 13. So just stuck with me like from then.
A nickname from childhood turned into an artist name. What more could you want? What more could you want? You got the graffiti in the background, which is absolutely amazing. But why did you choose like that rap music to kind of get yourself into the scene and stuff like that? Why didn't you go for a bit of jazz or a bit of sax or a bit of opera maybe?
I was just love hip hop from maybe teenager started. I actually grew up listening to dance music because where we're from, Belfast, like that's most people listen to dance music, and then I just like came across hip hop, early 2000s, and started messing about writing rhymes and stuff when I was like 12 or 13, and then started taking a wee bit more serious when I got to like 16, 17, and then we met goes by the name of Dame Music producer. He downloaded like FL Studio and stuff, and we started making beats, and they were terrible at the start, like, but we just kept on making beats and trying to get better with ourselves, and then he got a wee studio and started taking a wee bit more serious the older we got and stuff, and then, but yeah, it's something I've always been interested in, still am, like, still love hip-hop, like.
Yeah, like you can tell it even from your recent your album or EP, whatever way you wanted to explain it. Simple Minds. And as we were saying before the show, we were saying like how good that album is. And how the visuals are amazing on it, as well as, you know, my favorite song, Petty Talk. Like, what a bop. Can't deny it. But like you've got a very like strong kind of Northern Ireland accent, like very strong, but you're able to portray it in these songs like you know, like what it is. Like there is no kind of putting on an American accent or sounding more UK or whatnot. It's like this is who you are. There's no bullshit attached. Like,
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on like rappers who do rap in this American style that are living in Ireland or rapping in the UK style as well?
Some people just like maybe feel comfortable rapping that way, because I started rapping in American at the start, obviously, and then I came across, I heard a couple of rappers, John Sue and like Scat Snane and stuff, and they were rapping in our accents, so I was like, right, changed the accent, started rapping in my own accent and stuff. But if you're from Ireland, rapping an Irish accent, if you're from UK, rapping UK, but it's hard to listen to sometimes if they're not really, you know, it's hard to take them serious if they're not rapping in their own accent. You know, they may be saying something serious, but when they're talking like in a different language, or like, or sorry, a different accent, it's like it's hard to take them seriously.
That's a fair enough point. Like, and I kind of understand where you're coming from. That like, you know, sometimes it doesn't really make sense because you might be saying some slang terms in America. I can't think of any off the top of my head right now. that wouldn't even make sense. We wouldn't even know what they mean over here.
Yeah.
Which I get you. I get you on that front. You were saying there that that when you kicked off and when you started off your kind of your rap career, I suppose, in producing and stuff like that. But did you start like making your own beats, and do you keep your own beats and stuff like that in terms of making them for your own tracks, or do you go, okay, I need a producer? What's your method on that?
Um, it's hard for me to rap on my own beats because when you're sitting behind the laptop or computer or whatever it is, and you're sitting constantly listening to the same beat, it's hard to put like fresh bars to it because or sometimes like I'll hear a beat fresh and melodies and like bars and stuff will start coming to me. Whereas when you're sitting behind a beat you've been listening to for hours and hours and hours, it's like it's hard to write something to it. But I have done there's like 3 beats on the Simple Mind album, which I produced myself. There's a track called Dead People. That's a beat by himself, Malarkey, and Down with Regret. So I produced all them beats, and even the intro, the beat in the intro, I produced myself too. Like, but I find it easier just rapping on other. If I hear like a fresh beat, it's easier to write. Like if again we made a mine, Dame Music. Whenever he sends me beats, I'm like fuck. Sometimes I start writing bars straight away, Whereas if it's my own beat, it takes me a bit more time.
That's a fair enough point. Like, and I get you in terms of that. Like, even for me, when I started making my own beats, 2 or 3 years ago, I was like, how do I even approach it? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, like you just don't like you're like, what? How do I even rap on this? Like, but it took me a bit of time to kind of get some sort of flow to it. Um, and it's I think I do agree with you, like rapping over someone else's beat or a beat that you can resonate or you can like understand and kind of bring your own story to it is much better knowing that you can do that on a beat that you relate to more than your own beats, like and you can
Yeah.
portray it better as well. Obviously you go back to like when hip hop started, you go back to over America, where you had Tupac and Biggie, you had the NWA and all that, and all the beef and all that jazz. But do you think beef it would be good for the Irish scene, or do you think it would it wouldn't work at all?
Um, Sometimes it could be good and sometimes it could be bad. It could be good because it would motivate other people to be like, right, see this in me, I'm getting on the track and I'm gonna fucking write something about him. Whereas it could be bad, obviously. Fucking don't know if you'd take it that far, but you maybe fucking lost a life out of it. Some idiot could probably fucking lift a knife or a gun and like be like, right, I'm gonna end this cunt's life here. Whereas it's a bit shit like. But it's just about what way you take it. You might get someone might diss you and you'll be like, right, and you go back and forth and that'll give you the motivation to write new tracks. Whereas if you diss the wrong person, may as well say, and they might not take it well. um, it might end bad, like, but it's kind of 50-50, like, just depending on who's listening to it.
Yeah, like, and you're heavily influenced, or you heavily influenced the kind of Belfast scene from what I see from social media and stuff like that. And you've been around for a while in terms of that. But do you think there's many opportunities for young rappers and young even producers and stuff like that to kind of get their names out there in the scene? Obviously, COVID has impacted it, but do you think there is those opportunities, or will they come back?
Yeah, well, there'll be more opportunities. There's the gigs I've went to recently was a lecture gigs. Shout out to a lecture. um, they do just local Irish hip hop gigs, and they're like supporting like a lot of Irish hip hop artists who's coming up. Either they've made an EP or they've made an album or even made a song, and they're giving them as the platform to perform. And then there's another Skank FM Fifth Element. That's the building I'm at now. I'm at Fifth Element, where it's not just hip hop. If you're into like DJing or you're into b-boying, dancing stuff, like to do all that, it's fulfillment NI charity. So that's on our platform. But yeah, there's a few platforms out there, but so it's not like there's nothing here. There is a few, but once like lockdown opens up, I can't wait to get like stuck back in and see like a lot of faces. Obviously, you're only seeing them over a screen, like the way we are now and stuff like. But even hopefully, even one day I can probably get down to Cork and stuff and perform down there, or even go down and shoot a video or whatever it is at some point. Like, but there's a few platforms out there, like sort of. So
Yeah, no, I like it's great to see the sense of community and stuff like that. And obviously, as you said, mentioning Cork, like you have to come down. But yeah, no, I would agree. There are definitely a load of platforms, and you even look at social media. There's so many Instagram pages kind of nearly dedicating themselves to the scene, just like ourselves.
Yeah.
That are, trying to, bring out different elements of it, whether it's drill, whether it's, melodic rap, whether it's boom bap. There are those Instagram pages that are there to support it and are kind of growing a fan base, which is great to see. That there is a following on social media for this stuff.
Yeah.
We like, as I said, like you've dropped Simple Minds, which was an absolute brilliant album to drop. And I know that you're going to drop some serious heat this year. Like it's this. Why am I even questioning that? But
Yeah.
why do you who do you think is going to deliver heat in 21?
There's shout out to Steve Locke. He's actually got a couple of albums that he's working on at the moment. Who else? There's 30 Devs. He's done like a wee EP. That's like, this is just a couple of people who's actually on the Simple Main album too. I can't even really think off the top of my head, like but there's so much artists out there. Like there's even like shout out to like Gak, they're doing their thing. It's Jay Sutton and stuff, like Jay Sutton and Don Chi and Weekend Android. Like they're dropping videos left, right, and center. Jay Sutton just dropped an album, or he actually done an album with another local rapper called Jack Bashville. He actually produced an EP, but literally a couple of months ago he dropped the EP, and then like recently he dropped like another album or so. Probably Jay Sutton, he's probably come, and then fuck shout out to Jack Bashville. He just dropped an album there recently too. So that's more rappers who were on the Simple Mind album. So check out just everyone who's on the album. Just check them out because they're all like I look up to them. Like they're all dope artists. Like so they are. So yeah, there's some singers. There's loads of rappers like who become where they hate like.
Yeah, I'm delighted to hear that there's so many albums dropping and stuff like that, and there's a lot of heat coming up north and stuff like that, and from the artists that you've mentioned. What advice would you give to someone who's like starting off, whether it's whether they're becoming a rapper, producer, even photographer, videographer? What would be like the first advice? You'd be like, okay, this is what you need to do. This will be vital to for your success.
Just do it if you enjoy it. Don't be looking at it as a business and thinking it'll get you places. Don't be, once you look at it like that, it's like you've kind of already failed. Because then you'll look at it as a job rather than something you enjoy. And that's the way I looked at it, and still love it to this day. Like I've been doing it a good few years now, like, and like that's why I started like dabbling in the videos and the taking pictures and stuff, because I've been doing the rap a good few years, and I just wanted to sort of try something new. But yeah, just do it if you enjoy it. Don't be doing it because you might see someone like getting loads of views and think I'm gonna get loads of views and stuff, and all that there. But just if you're passionate about it, just go for it, and just don't let anyone hold you back. That was another thing of like growing up in Belfast. It was like people would have been like, you're gay and all, and you're doing that there, and you're doing hip hop, and like that's shit, all this shit. And sometimes you would have took it in and you would have listened to it, and it would have held you back. And even putting out stuff to this day, like I still have that sort of like, can I put that out there? Sort of, you're sort of second guessing. Whereas shouldn't be like that. It should be just like, if you want to do something, just do it, you know. So if you're any newcomers coming up, whether it's video or rapping and whatever it is, just do it because you enjoy it. Don't do it for like fame or anything like that. So
that's a fair enough point. Like, and I would, agree, and to some extent that like that is good to see that you're able to portray who you are and don't try to be someone that you're not. I hear a lot of people try and become a tough guy, and they might look like me, where they're they're skinny as but damned and couldn't throw a punch for the life of them. And it's I think that's the great thing about music and stuff like that, especially rap, where you can create something, you can portray your story, you can portray whatever you want to say, whether it's relationships, whether it's about what your family, whether it's you're just going to school or whatnot. Like you can throw these stories onto a track, and you can tell it how it is. And I think that's one of the vital things, I think, for someone who's starting off, is to be true to yourself, really.
100%. 100%.
As an artist, like, obviously you got like the amazing visuals. I keep mentioning this album, but it's just so good. Simple Minds, and the visuals are amazing. Like, but how do you kind of promote yourself as an artist, kind of getting your name out there and stuff like that?
Just well, thanks to yourself for promoting the video. You promoted fucking like all the videos put out, so shout out to you for doing that. And then Alexa was promoting a couple of videos. They're a local Irish hip hop page, and also do what I was saying before about the doing the gigs and stuff. So shout out to Irish Rap Zone, and shout out to Alexa. And then obviously there's a load of other hip hop pages. But for me, I'm not really great at promoting. Like, I'm good at the other stuff. I'm good at making the stuff, but when it comes to promoting it, it's like, I can remember at the time, because I was dropping like a video every Friday. I was like, once I got to like 4th or 5th videos, like, right, it feels like I'm just writing the same things every week. It was like, new visuals come Friday, and then next Friday it was like, new visuals come on Friday, and like next Friday new visuals come, and I was like, I feel like I'm repeating myself here, and it's a bit shit, because the much effort went into it. It'd be good if I had like a promoter to do all that, someone who knows, like, study that. But when it comes to promoting, like, I'm not great like with it. So yeah.
That's fair enough. Like, you know what your strengths are, and you know what your weaknesses are, and that's a good thing to have, I suppose, in one sense. But yeah, like, I noticed that like a lot of people do find it difficult. That like the music part is like, yes, I can fly through it. I can rap a few bars. I can make the beats, or whatever their profession is. And then when it comes to the marketing of it, it's like, how do I do this? How do I start up a mailing list? How do I get get the profile pictures and stuff like that for articles and stuff like that? And it's like, wait, what? I was never told about this. I was only told how to make beats and stuff. So I think a lot of people would resonate with that, in a sense, like, because people just don't know how to approach it at times. You've performed in front of stages and crowds and stuff like that, but how, like, what's your, like, do you find it hard to get on stage, kind of get yourself out there, or do you need something to help you get up there?
The first time I got on stage was, again, the Alexa, one of the Alexa gigs, and it was, they had this freestyle sort of thing, open mic. That's what it was, just an open mic. So what they done was, before the artists come on, they done like a 10 minutes open mic, and it was just like anyone could go up and just like start freestyling. And I was like, right, seen the opportunity. I was like, right, I can spit bars here. I got up and just like dropped to 16. It's actually on my Instagram, one of the posts. It was like the first time up on stage performing. This is what I enjoy. Like, the nerves went, and it felt great. Even was performing Limerick and done Donegal, and a couple of Lurgan gigs, and just a few ones in Belfast and stuff. But every gig's been the same, bagging nerves before going up, and then once I'm up, it's brilliant. Like,
Yeah, it's great to see that, because I know a lot of people have to take a pint beforehand, or they need a punch in their arm before they get up on stage because they just can't handle it. But it's great to see that, like, you do have those bags and nerves, but you're still like, yeah, I need to take it because it's worth all this work that you put into making these tracks and getting the promotion and all that jazz. It's worth it, and in for that, you know, bit of time you have on stage and be able to portray who you are as an artist.
Yeah.
We're going to head over to Instagram because we asked Instagram for a few questions and stuff like that.
No worries.
This one comes from Where's Will from Donegal. He said, would you ever think of starting a lyrical lemonade type thing for Irish artists?
I kind of do a wee bit because there's a few artists that I've been shooting videos for and I've been putting it on my page. Then I'm kind of trying to promote. There's actually 3 videos dropping this month. Would have shot 2 videos going up on my page. Visuals by Skeet89. Type it into YouTube and you'll find it. Where it's just been like dropping. Like if you even check out my page, it's just not all me. It's just other few different artists. But there's a video called Angry coming out by Don Chi and Roscoe Sauce, and there's another one coming out, Dirty Devs and Roscoe Sauce, called Punisher. So they'll be dropping on my page in the next couple of weeks. And then there's another video shot for a fella who runs in here, Daz. He's on a track where Rassi. It's called If You Know, You Know. So we actually shot that video like last summer, and then shot the one with Don Chi and Roscoe Sauce was shot a few months ago, and then the one with Dirty Days and Roscoe Sauce was shot like in the summer, and they're all dropping in the same month. So it's crazy how it worked out, like a week apart from each other. But yeah, I kind of do something like that anyway. I shoot videos for a few artists. Even there's a wee artist shot for Conway, goes for 248. He actually put him on my page too. But most of the people who I shoot the videos for will probably put them on their own page. But yeah, I'd love to do something even like a kind of freestyle thing. I had in my mind where it was like getting rappers to drop a few bars and then they just post it up just to push demons, and just give them sort of, because everyone can't afford like a hip hop video and stuff, and even I try and make it as cheap as possible, but like they're not cheap. Like, you know, you're talking 500, 600 pound all for videos, and obviously some are cheaper than that. You might get one for like 200, 300 and all, but I try and make it a wee bit cheaper than that. But yeah, it's not everyone has the money, and so I was just trying to do that sort of people who is good, who like have the talent for it, but they just don't have the camera stuff and stuff like that, and you know they don't have the platform. So that's maybe an idea I'll have, like, in maybe next year. Like, once I'm working on an EP at the minute, and I'm working on a few other videos, but that's an art project for maybe next year or something. So, or it could come sooner, like, so hopefully. Just a lot going on at the minute. Just for even just my normal job and then just family and stuff like that. So yeah, I'll get around to that at some point, like.
Yeah, you're a busy man. And I have notes down here of people you've worked with. You've worked with Lord, you've worked with Dirty Devs, as you mentioned, DJ Green, Jay Sutton, Steve Locke, Jack Bashfield as well, Conway. You've worked with Chloe, Daz, and Arkin Soaps as well. But this question comes from Ricky P from Sligo. He goes, who would you like to work with next that you haven't already worked with?
There's an artist I actually look up to. He's fucking dope artist. What's his name? He's fucking Dublin artist. Has baldy head, beard.
Oh, is it Costello? Is it?
I can't even remember. From Northern Ireland, maybe it would probably work where the likes of Conway and stuff. I haven't been on where like any tracks for them boys, and them boys got bars and flows and stuff like that. Usually, whenever when I was doing the Simple Mind album, it was usually like hearing tracks in my head. It was like whenever I done the track for Real Minds Don't Die, I could hear like Steve Locke on it, and I could hear like Arcane Soaks on the hook. But even with the Malarkey track too, when I done that, I could hear like certain people on it. It was like I could hear like Jay Sutton's like accent in it. That's all it was like when I was writing the hook. It was like, where's the Malarkey? Where's the Malarkey? But I could hear his like accent in it, just like, where's the Malarkey? No, sort of something like just some trying experimenting really. But I'm more like focused on videos at the moment, even though I'm working on an EP and all. I'm just like more trying to focus on videos at the minute, like. But yeah, it's a hard one to pick. Like maybe a few years ago, I probably would have named you all sorts, but now as time's going on, it's like sort of I've worked with like so many like rappers who I've wanted to work with, like especially from the last album and stuff like that. So new rappers, it's hard to start. Even Costello's actually a good shoot. Like Costello's fucking amazing. I seen him live when I was down at the Limerick gig. But yeah, it's a hard one, mate.
That's fair enough. Like, and you know, I say it on the show a few times that like there is so many talented artists out there as well. Like, and like even from your rep sheet, or even just a few names that I've just mentioned there, like it's impressive that you've worked with them. You know, whether it was being on a beat with them or just videographing for them. It's great to see that you've worked with so many people already and that you're so engaged in the scene and stuff like that. From like your unique perspective of the scene, what do you believe is missing that needs to be kind of improved or needs to be put in place for it to kind of get to a next level?
Thing what I'm working on now is just like better videos. You know, it's just all about like getting people's attention. And if you're, I suppose it's not all about the videos too, like, because I made like some fucking decent videos, and it's not like they're hitting fucking millions or anything, like. But I think if we just keep pushing more, we're like good quality videos, and just even what we're doing now, just podcasts and just trying to push it a wee bit more and stuff like that. Yeah, it's just I think we just need to just stick at it rather than. I can remember you were talking before, and you know, you get like a couple of people and they're only doing it. They'll probably only do a couple of episodes and then they'll sort of lost interest. Where that sort of happens, where a lot of people they don't sort of get the feedback they wanted, and then they sort of lost interest. So you just need people sort of staying dedicated to it, and just trying to keep pushing, making better videos, more podcasts, stuff like that. Just it's happening like now. It's already happening. There's like it is growing, but it's slowly growing. Like
Yeah, no, for sure. Like, and yeah, I would agree with you there. Like, as I said, you know, that a lot of people do, and it's even in rap music as well. It's in kind of majority of fields where you'll start off and you'll make the first one, and it's, you know, gotten yourself 2K views, let's say, off the top of my head. And, you know, they try and do it again and try and emulate it, and it mightn't have been as good. Maybe they got 500 views, and they'll say, no, it's not, I'm not actually good at this. This was just a fluke. Like, and I think with anything that you go down, regardless of what it is, whether it's rap music, whether it's sports, whether it's whatever, that you just keep consistency with it. Because if you keep working on it, you're gonna improve and you're gonna fix those mistakes that you mightn't have seen at the start, and you kind of fix them along the way. And you get better, like here, a better camera quality. So like it is just step by step, and it takes time, but like in the end it'll work out if you want it to work out.
just staying dedicated. So it is.
Yeah, exactly. What's kind of your aim for I know we've gone through 3 months, we're into the 4th month now, but what's your aim for 2021?
It started off with sort of the idea of just making the EP. I actually planned not to do much this year because it was sort of flat out last year. But it's not really going that way so far. just like I'm still making videos and I'm still like making tracks. And I'm saying I'm working on an EP at the minute called Undone. It's going to be 6 tracks, maybe 2 or 3 videos. And then obviously working with other artists like on videos and stuff. There's a few people hit me up for about shooting videos, obviously after the lockdown stuff and stuff. So I'll be shooting a lot more videos this year, more than I'm saying I'll be doing the music and stuff, but I think I'll be focused more on the videos and stuff this year. So, but that's saying like at the start I didn't really have a plan to do much for 2021, but it's not really looking that way. Like just keeping busy. Know what I mean? Just trying to.
No, for sure. Oh yeah. No, go ahead.
Oh, it's just trying to balance. You know, I've got like the normal job and stuff, and then I've just family life, and just had a son there 5 months, and trying to spend time with him and stuff like. So that's what I'm saying. I didn't really want to be doing much this year, but yeah, sometimes when you're passionate about something, you need to do it, you know, to sort of help your mental health sort of thing. Just like if you're stuck in the house all the time, especially the way things are too, it's like there's only so much things you can do where it's just like I need to just shoot a video or make music just to escape, you know.
No, for sure. And I think the first thing I must say, congratulations as well. Like it's, you know, and you know, you can tell that you're busy, like even just from the music side of things. I know you're flat out doing these videos, you're doing the beats and stuff like that, and to know that you have a busy household now as well, you know, I can imagine your head is going 90 all the time. So I gotta take my hat off to you for that one. You know, for your great effort and stuff like that, and keep going at what you want to do and what you love. Do you find it, like, obviously 20 or like COVID and stuff like that has impacted the scene, but did you find it kind of hard to kind of come up with that album, kind of come up with the visuals, kind of with Simple Minds, of course, sorry. Did you find it hard to kind of get into your groove of making stuff, or was it just like, yeah, I'm good enough to do this?
Yeah, definitely held me back a few times last year when we're because even the Pity Talk took like to remember it was started the video for Pity Talk, and we're like, I think it was like on a Friday or whatever it was, and we're like, we'll finish the orbit on Sunday, and then it got to Sunday and we're getting into lockdown and stuff, and we're like, nah, we don't want to risk it, so we'll just wait till the lockdown lifts, and then obviously when it lifted, we went out and shot the rest of the video. So it was just wee things like that there. What else? And just it's just trying to get studio sessions and stuff. You know, it was only open sometimes, and it wasn't. Say I don't have a studio session in the house or anything. I come down to Skank FM to record the stuff. So I was kidding. So it was like that was holding me back from either studio sessions or shooting the videos, because saying there's only so much things you could do for lockdown. So yeah, it definitely held me back a wee bit. Like.
Yeah, like I think a lot of people were the same as yourself, that like, you know, they tried to continue on with what they wanted to do, but you know, the limitations of, you know, restrictions of where you're going, you can't do X, Y, and Z, or you can't do this, like definitely has an impact both mentally and physically. And you know, I know a lot of artists found it nearly impossible at the start of things to kind of come up with concepts for songs. Now others had a different perspective altogether. You know, it was down here, especially in the Republic, it was, you know, it was said, oh, it'll be 2 weeks and it'll be all gone. So a lot of people were like, oh my god, I have 2 weeks to rap or, you know, make a film or whatnot, and delighted with themselves. Obviously didn't turn out that way, and it lasted a bit longer than 2 weeks. But you know, like a lot of people took the time to, you know, really develop their skills and stuff like that during this time. Regardless of what it is, you know, even with your filmmaking and stuff like that, to even better their craft and stuff. And it's great to see that a lot of people, you know, started to do what they wanted to do because they had so much free time and stuff like that. We're gonna wrap it up quite shortly, but is there anything you want to plug yourself for the show or anything like that?
Just to shout out to yourselves for having me on. Thanks very much. Shout out to Skank FM for letting me use the space, Fifth Element, NI, Charlie Building. Shout out to Alexa. Shout out to everyone who was on the Simple Mind album. You know, Jay Sutton, Jack Bicewell, Arcane Soaks, Dirty Devs, Chloe, Roscoe Sauce. I don't want to leave anyone out. Steve Lack, Daz, can't forget Daz. He actually recorded the full album. LORD, shout out to them, and then just shout out the whole Irish hip hop scene. You know what I mean? Just keep on doing what you're doing and just stay focused. You know what I mean? Sorry. Visuals by Skeet 89. That's the YouTube page. And then if you want to find me on Spotify, either type in Skeet Simple Mind or type in Skeet Chapter 1. You'll find it straight away because there's a load of our Skeets out there like it. So that's the easiest way you'll find me on Spotify and stuff. And then just Skeet 89 on their Instagram and stuff. So yeah. You
should definitely, from my own personal opinion, like you should definitely check out his Instagram because it's actually just class. Some of the visuals for some of the tracks, those little snippets are just, icing on top of that cake. We're going to wrap it up here on the Heatcast. For everyone watching on YouTube and everyone listening on Spotify, make sure to follow us on Instagram. And if you would like to support the show, remember to donate to our Patreon. The link is in the description. And I will see you all in the next one. Perfect, man.
Yeah. You talk the pity talk, I just hear more shitty talk. Listen, I never was a fan, I hope you understand. You had the better hand, I had the upper hand. Don't talk about me, dog, cause I don't talk about you. Don't talk about me, dog, cause I don't talk about you. You talk the pity talk, I just hear more shitty talk. I'm in the city, gritty talk, mastered by the city walls. My pretty girl, she's pretty small.
Gentlemen, for having me on, mate. Thanks very much. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to do this anyway too. Like, so it's been great. Like, but we're in the Fifth Element building, and they're talking about just it's a charity basically, and it's just for everyone, all walks of life, really. And I'm saying that's DJ Green was up one time, and that's where we shot the video in this building. Cool Colin, that's right. He's a good guy too. Like, yeah, definitely. That's another thing, mate. There's not really a lot of Irish hip hop documentaries. DJ Green, I seen he done one a while back, but that's about it really. I've seen maybe one or two, maybe. So that's a good idea, mate. That's another thing too. I should have said about, like, a lot of people have ideas, but they don't put them out there. You probably had this idea about even doing the podcast at the start, but you didn't do it, and then obviously you're just went, you know what, fucking, I'm going to do it, and that's how it starts. You start with an idea and then you put it out. It's whether you put it out there is another thing, like, just sometimes you just got to keep the fire lit, where you might have that idea and you'll be buzzing and stuff, and then after a while, the longer it goes on, the idea sort of fades, and you don't have the same love for the ideas at the start. So it's better to get it out quick rather than wait so many months on it. You're putting a lot of time and effort, and obviously you can see the wee pillows and all in the background, and just obviously the merch and stuff you're wearing. So fair play to you for like actually going out and getting stuff done, because that's just another step. It's like promoting your page too by putting that up. You just need maybe I can see a wee bit of the poster and all you have up too on the wall. Class. Nah, it's not a big deal. Like, it's definitely not. But obviously some people make it out to be a big deal. You know what? Even today I was coming down to the studio and I was thinking, shit, I don't know if I'll be able to get down. I don't know if you've heard or not, but there's like all rats, and stuff, like, and Belfast. So it's fucked up. It's like buses and all getting burnt, and it's like, jeez, it's like fucking 1990 again, for fuck's sake.